Today's lecture is cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which is very important to save a life in emergency conditions. First introduction. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation is a life-saving technique useful in emergencies in which someone's breathing or heart has stopped. For life to continue, body requires adequate supply of oxygen. On stoppage of oxygen, first the brain begins to fail, and thereafter 3 to 4 minutes without oxygen, there is loss of consciousness and heart stops pumping and breathing stops, and then finally results in death. This is called as a critical time or golden period. It is a sequence of technique used to sustain life in the absence of spontaneous breathing or heartbeat. Together, chest compression and rescue breath are called cardiopulmonary resuscitation. The aim of CPR is to maintain the person's breathing and circulation continue till the emergency team arrived, which is composed of advanced life supports. The indications or CPR are cardiac arrest, respiratory arrest, and combination of both. Cardiac arrest are most common in adult patients, and cardiac arrest in pediatric patients are due to mostly respiratory origin. Cardiac arrest. It is defined as cessation of all cardiac mechanical activity, clinically diagnosed by unresponsiveness, absence of pulse, and apnea. Cardiac arrest in adult is usually of cardiac origin, while in children it is of respiratory origin. Most common cause of arrest in adult is ventricular fibrillation. We can manage CPR under three headings. First, basic life support, advanced cardiac life support, and after recovery of spontaneous breathing and pulse, post resuscitation life support. Today we are going to discuss basic life support. Now, difference between BLS and ALS is airway management in basic life support is of manual, while in ALS is advanced instruments are used like endotracheal tube, laryngeal mask airway, or tracheostomy tubes. Now, second point is breathing. In BLS, we can give breathe by mouth to nose, or bag and mask. While in advanced cardiac life support, we are giving with advanced method like ET tube, LMA, combi tube, or tracheostomy tube. But the more common is cardiac massage, which is same in BLS and ALS. Now, defibrillation, automated external defibrillator device, which is automatically detect the rhythm and give appropriate amount of shock, and it can be used by lay rescuer. There is no need to expertise in these instruments. While in ALS, it uses manual defibrillator. So then rescuer has to detect the rhythm, therefore not included in a basic life support, as they can be used only by trained person. And in BLS there is no use of any drugs, while in ALS we can use various drugs. Basic life support. CPR sequence is first before 2015 we are using ABC, airway breathing circulation, but in 2015 guidelines there is change in ABC. Now it is called as CAB. First, compression, push hard and push fast. Second is airway. You have to maintain the patency of airway, and breathing. Give mouth to mouth, rescue breathe. First, you have to verify the scene. Ensure the victims and rescuer safe a must to ensure the safety of the place. Then check the response. Shake shoulder gently. Ask, "Are you alright?" If he responds, then leave as you find him and find out what is wrong. Reassess regularly till the emergency team arrives. This is the adult cardiac arrest algorithm 2018 update. Then in this the CPR quality is push hard, push fast, minimize interruption in chest compression, avoid excessive ventilation, change compressor every 2 minutes. If no advanced airway, then 30:2 compression ventilation ratio. Then shock energy for defibrillator. Two types of defibrillators are available, biphasic and monophasic. And drug therapy, epinephrine, amiodarone, lidocaine, which is used in ALS, advanced life support. There are the reversible causes. It For simplicity, we can remember by 4H 40. Reversible causes are 4H includes hypovolemia, hypoxia, hydrogen ion means acidosis, hypo or hyperkalemia, and hypothermia. It is called as 5H. Now 5Ts: tension pneumothorax, tamponade, toxins, thrombosis of pulmonary and thrombosis of coronary vessels. In BLS, we are using AED. It is called as automated electronic defibrillator, external defibrillator. It is used as soon as possible because according to newer guidelines, it is very important to give shock. An automated external defibrillator is a portable electronic device that automatically diagnoses the life-threatening cardiac arrhythmia of ventricular fibrillation and pulseless ventricular tachycardia and able to treat them through defibrillation. The application of electricity which stops the arrhythmia, allowing the heart to re-establish an effective rhythm. Two types, monophasic and biphasic, and according to the placement are manual and automated external defibrillators. Now you have to check the breathing, look, listen and feel. For that you have to look the patient, listen for the breathing, and you have to feel the pulse. Pulse check, it should not be take more than 10 seconds. The lay rescuer should not check for a pulse and should assume the cardiac arrest is present if an adult is suddenly collapsed or unresponsive. The healthcare provider should take no more than 10 seconds to check for a pulse because it is important to continue chest compression or minimum interruption in chest compression to save the life of a patient. If the rescuer does not definitely feel a pulse within that time period, the rescuer should start chest compression. Now chest compression. Patient must be placed on a hard surface. The rescuer stands or bend, kneel if the victim is on floor on side. You have to first palpate Ziffert process. Heel of the rescuer's hand is placed over the lower half of the sternum. Other hand is placed over the hand on the sternum with the finger either interlaced or extended but off the chest. Shoulder should be positioned directly over the hand with the elbow locked straight and the arm extended. Use your upper body weight to compress. The sternum must be depressed at least 5 cm in adults, 2 to 4 cm in children and 1 to 2 cm in infants. Chest is then allowed to return to its normal position. So you have to give adequate time to recoil the chest. Compression and release time should be equal. Compression relaxation ratio should be 1:1 because heart it is very important to give time to recoil the heart for adequate or best CPR. Chest compression in infant of 0 to 12 months. By giving it has two techniques, two finger techniques and circulate technique. Key guidelines for present day CPR: we have to push hard, push fast, allow full chest recoil, minimize interruption in chest compression, and compression rate should be at least 100 to 120 per minute. Compression to ventilation ratio should be 30:2 if one rescuer is there. For that you have to give 30 chest compression and 2 breathe. During CPR, the ratio of chest compression to ventilation should be as follows: single rescuer 30:2. If two rescuer, chest compression must not be interrupted for ventilation. Airway management: you have to open the airway by head tilt, chin lift methods. It can be used by lay rescuer or non-health rescuers. Open airway, head tilt, chin lift with jaw thrust by non-layman person. So that you have to maintain the adequate patency of oropharyngeal or laryngeal axis to avoid obstruction of airway. Most common cause of airway obstruction is in unconscious patient is of tongue fall. So by this method we can avoid this. Before advanced airway, we have to give rescue breaths by mouth to mouth, bag and mask ventilation. The ratio should be at least 30:2 irrespective the duration of the resuscitation. Reason for change in the ratio is to minimize interruption in chest compression. Picture showing the mouth to mouth breathing, which includes face shield. This shows how we can give mouth to mask breathing. This is a technique to make the patent airway. Two techniques, two hand C and E technique and V and E technique. In figure we can see this. After advanced airway, we can use endotracheal tube, laryngeal mask airway, combi tube. Compression will be continued at a rate of 100 to 120 compression per minute, breathing at a rate of 10 to 12 breaths per minute with no pause for ventilation. Low tidal volume, at least 6 to 7 ml per kg is preferred over large tidal volume. One can breathe should not exceed more than 1 second. Problems and complication of chest compressions are rib fracture, fracture of sternum, rib separation, pneumothorax, hemothorax, lung contusion, liver laceration, fat embolism, and infections. Now, this is a guidelines according to American Heart Association, which is renewed or modified every 5 years. Last we have 2015 guidelines, and which is there are changes between 2010 guidelines and 2015 guidelines. Like rate of chest compression, according to 2010 guidelines, it should be 100 per minute, and in 2015 it is modified by 100 to 120 per minute of chest compression. Now, depth of chest compression according to 2015 guidelines, it should be at least 2 inches or 5 centimeter of an average adult, which is same as 2010 guidelines. But in 2015 includes avoiding excessive chest compression greater than 2.4 inches or 6 centimeter. Sequence in 2010 we are using airway breathing circulation ABC, but in 2015 it is changed to CAB, compression, airway and breathing. Untrained lay rescuer should provide compression only. The rescuer should continue compression only CPR until the arrival of AED. Then we have to give shock as soon as possible, which is included in 2015 guidelines. In according to 2010 guidelines, you have to continue CPR, and after that you have to give shock. Now CPR to pregnant patient, these are the key points we have to remember is minimum 4 BLS responders should be present, placed on a hard surface and supine position, manual left uterine displacement to avoid the venous return in the patients, no modification in dose or ped position. Defibrillation should transfer no significant current to fetus and remove any fetal or uterine monitor. Now, this is the take home message is CPR is a life saving technique. Not only medicals but paramedicals and even layman personals can save a life. Early recognition and fast response is required. Identify the situation and start chest compression and get AED as soon as possible, because in newer guidelines it is very important to give shock first and then CPR. I am sharing a ISA IRC CPR guidelines which is taken by Dr. Rakesh Garg, which is a highly recognized as per the Indian Society of Anesthesia. So you can see these videos and for your better understandings. Thank you.